We are live from the Palace of Auburn Hills for this Eastern Conference battle featuring the Pistons here in Detroit. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The Pacers will play just this one game on the road before returning back to Indiana. These guys are hot, no doubt about it, continuing to put up win after win.
And making it look easy. I mean, a terrific run. And who knows, this may just be the tip of the iceberg. They could have a lot more wins in store before it's all said and done.
Oh, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. I mean, already they've got the league's attention. Other teams see them coming up on the schedule and know they've got their work cut out for them to beat this group.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court right now for the Pacers. Brown in at point guard. Paul George is out there with Trevor Booker. Then it's Ellis, and it's Whiteside in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Brown. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. Brown the pass to Whiteside. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Whiteside's got his team on the board to start the game for the Pacers. Pacers on defense. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
And that one's good. Drummond.
And with that height advantage right there, he had a good, clear look at the basket.
Brown against Rondo. Rondo on the double team. Right side a screen. Stevenson against Brown. Shot clock at 6. Down low. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
One shot. One shot.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Rondo kicks to Stevenson. Outside for Rondo. Favors dishes to Johnson. Stevenson against Ellis. Now here's Stevenson. Defense is right there. Pistons keep it alive. Here's Favors. The fadeaway J off the mark.
Offensively, 1 of 4 to start. They're still trying to find their stroke.
On the wing, Brown. He's covered by Rondo. And the rejection by Favors. They get it back. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Again, the miss by the Pistons. So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against the Bulls.
Well, listen, they own the boards at both ends of the floor in that game, and that's what won it for them. Those extra possessions were invaluable.
Well, Greg, I think coming into the game, that's where they thought they had an advantage, and they did a great job exploiting it.
And here's Stevenson. Following the three-pointer by Freak, Stevenson passes to Drummond. Baseline try, and the basket good.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And check out the bounce.
Oh, bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Now here's Rondo. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Chicago.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor.
Pacers leading by 4. Brown outside. Ellis outside. Launches it. Cannot hit. The Pistons go the other way with it. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Johnson kicks to Favors. And he uses the glass on the layup. Favors got his first points in this one.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Brown dishes to Booker. Back to Brown. Rondo on the double team. Over in the corner, Ellis. Again, the miss by Ellis.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Stevenson passes to Drummond. And stolen by Booker. Now the Pacers moving it up. Ellis can't get it to go.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Now Stevenson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Just 5 on the clock. A floater. Rondo can't get it to go.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss. And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
Here's Rondo. Paul George making his last shot. Here's Favors. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Morris is checked in for Detroit. Norris Cole comes in for Rajon Rondo. The Pacers also with a sub. Turner's checked in for Whiteside. Now here's Stevenson. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Fires the 3. They get the rebound. Drummond, and it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
The Pistons making a change here. Humphries checked in. Pass to Cole. Stevenson outside. Picked by Humphries. Jumper off the screen. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
And a moment now to look at the stats for Cole. How last month turned out for him, averaging 9 points per game, 4 assists.
Basketball and minimize mistakes.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Stan Van Gundy.
He told his guys that protecting the rim is priority 1, 2, and 3. He went on to say, if we don't take away lanes and meet them at the rim, we'll be seeing highlights of them dunking on us all night long. Something they're hoping to avoid, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Now here's Brown. He had 28 points in the win against Minnesota.
But what stood out for me was his gorgeous playmaking out there. I mean, over and over, he was finding his teammates in a great position to score.
And Detroit has possession. Following the 3-pointer by Freak. Picked by Humphries. Here's Cole. He's covered by Brown. And the wide open shot from Morris. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. For Indiana, they've gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50%.
That athletic.
Yeah.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Here's the screen. Outside Turner. And there's the pass to Hill. Here's Brown. Got a hand on it. And now here comes Cole, leading the break. And the basket by Stevenson. Stevenson's got his second bucket.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
It's Brown with the drive, and that one's good.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Cole. He's covered by Brown. They get the rebound. Johnson with the block.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
It's Brown with the drive, and it's blocked. There's 1:34 left in the first quarter. Baines, no good. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. Last time they met was in Indiana.
And they scratched out a close win the last time these two teams met. I think their ability to attack and create foul trouble for the opposition was a real factor.
Yeah, those are good points you make, Greg, but I also like the discipline they played with. The other guys, maybe a bit careless. But that really was the story. One team was composed and disciplined, and the other side was careless.
Timeout. Start it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons dancers.
Well, let's have a look at some league leaders from the last 10 games. Here are the highest scoring point guards in the NBA during that time. Freak number 1.
Being at the top of that list, I mean, he's obviously been able to take it upon himself.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Drummond's checked in for Dallenberg. Favors comes in for Chris Humphries. James Johnson's checked in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Lance Stevenson. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Whiteside's checked in for Alexis Ajinça. Booker comes in for Johnson. Ellis is checked in for Rodney Stuckey. And it's Brown in for George Hill. They've got Drummond. Norris Cole is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's James Johnson. And it's Favors in at the 4th spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Pistons.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, also, though, they've done a good job of pounding the offensive glass.